everybody, I'm Starla.
I'm Mik.
And we are
Our Fan Plays Games. Yeah! Boom, boom! There we go.
Goes the dynamite, as
That
they say.
goes like dynamite, baby. Yeah.
Well, this is another week.
It's another week.
And we have been freezing.
Yes, we have.
Omaha don't play.
No, the Midwest don't play.
They don't play.
They don't play here.
I mean, you wake up
and we Midwest.
And
We're
the
in the
temperature
middle.
says 4. And you're like, 4?
Or it says a -1 or -1 or whatever you want to say.
Yes.
When you see that, because we got a little temperature gauge family in the house, and you look up there like, wait a minute. It's kind of cold, but we're experienced with it because we've had it. Yeah. We've been up here for like 2 years.
Yes.
So we're experienced. Because, you know, one time I saw a -4 or a -4, whatever, but I saw that, I was like, no, we didn't have that in Texas. We had that in Texas.
We're not in Texas anymore.
We're not in Texas no more.
You know, and the crazy thing about Omaha is that it's very deceiving.
Yes, it is.
You will look outside and it's all beautiful and sunny and bright. Yeah. And then you walk outside and the winter says different. The winter says it may look sunny. That
whole kitchen, that whole kitchen, because here, Starla, wind, you know, this is the first, because, you know, we were in Houston for so long and then we were in Seattle. But here, they tell you on the weather, they tell you about the wind.
The wind chill factor.
They never tell you about the, you know, in Houston and in Seattle, they didn't tell us about the wind.
No, there was a wind chill factor. It just
No, they didn't tell you how fast the wind is coming and stuff.
That's true.
Here, they tell you about the wind. And I'm like, well, why are you telling me about the wind for? But now I know.
So we have had a cold week. But it has been a busy week.
Yes, it has.
Because things don't stop due to weather in Omaha.
Stop. No. Yes.
So this week,
okay, what we
want to talk about convention time.
It's time for the conventions, y'all.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've been talking about DTW.
Yes.
DTW.
Yes.
Dice Tower West.
Yes.
Well, now it is upon us.
It's on us. And just convention times on us because we got Origins out there, Gen Con, others, you know.
Yes.
BGG Con. We got all these coming.
And the invitations to conventions have been coming in fast and furious.
Yes, they have.
So you keep listening because we may pop up anywhere.
We might pop up anywhere. Yeah.
But next week, we're going to pop up in Las Vegas.
Ooh! What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But we're going to tell you a little bit about it, though. We're going to tell you a little bit.
It may not stay because we're going to video a lot of it.
Yes, we are. We're going to tell you a lot about it.
But before we get into all this convention talk.
What's up?
Because we want to talk about convention stuff.
Yes.
But before we get into all of that,
okay,
we want to hear a word from our sponsor, KTBG.
Let's go, family.
Board games that bring the fun to the table. Kids Table Board Gaming has a variety of colorful, fun games like Fossilis, Wreck Raiders, Creature Comforts, and their latest release, Power Plants. These are games your family will enjoy, and they are perfect for family game night. Check out their entire catalog at kidstablebg.com. Table Board Gaming.
Yes.
Love them.
Yes. And we hope we'll see them sometime around convention season somewhere.
Soon.
I know they're going to Gamma. We're not going to Gamma.
We're not going to make it to Gamma.
But definitely we'll see them. Hopefully we'll see them.
Sometime soon.
Yeah, sometime
but they
soon.
are a great sponsor.
Great folks.
They have great games.
Yes.
And we love them.
We love them. Yes.
Yes, so next up is Ask
OFPG.
All right, Mik, what's up this week?
All righty then. We have 2 questions.
Oh, 2. Okay.
And it's we got 2. And it's the first one's from Keith Rex from YouTube. Mm-hmm. And he said, and this is me.
Oh, okay. So
he said, Mik, I love listening to film scores as well, because I talked about listening to film scores.
I remember.
Do you have a favorite film score composer If so, who is it? I don't really have a film score composer, even though I do love, and I've always loved, John Williams, the iconic conductor who made basically Star Wars music. He made Star Wars music. So I love John Williams.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm listening.
John Williams, that's my boy. And then, but I'm really starting to really like the young man. I don't know his name. It's hard to say, but the young man who does Black Panther. He did the Black Panther soundtrack. I do love him. And he also does The Mandalorian and also the Book of Boba Fett. He does those sound.
We got back to Star Wars again, didn't we? Okay. Sounds
Yes,
good. Yeah,
yes,
wonderful.
yes,
Wonderful.
yes.
Okay.
So that's the composers that I like. Yes, that's what I have. So thank you, Keith, for that question.
Yes, thank you.
Now, also I have Bill, Mr. Coaster One
Coaster.
from YouTube. Bill, we're looking forward to seeing you at Dice Tower
Yes.
West, definitely, because he said he's gonna be there. Him and Miss Coaster
Miss
gonna be. Mrs.
Coaster.
Coaster gonna be there.
Yeah.
So he said, where would you like to travel in the U.S. that you haven't been to yet?
Ooh, let's see where I
Yeah.
haven't been.
Yes. Yes.
I think I've been to all the. No. I haven't. I have yet to go to D.C.
I've been to D.C.
See, I want to go to Washington.
I've been to D.C.,
I have
yes.
not been there.
You know where I want to go?
Where?
I want to go to Maine.
Oh yes.
I want to check out Maine.
Would be
You
nice.
remember that PBS special we saw that had the New England area?
Yes, go to New England.
Not New England, just the New England
Martha's
territory.
Vineyard.
Yes.
All that stuff on the East Coast
Yes. So
area.
I've been to Boston,
Yeah.
but the New England area that that all that pretty little area around there
In the
that
fall.
has in the fall
In the
like
fall,
has Maine and all the Connecticut and stuff like that. I would like to see that
Yeah,
area.
that would be nice.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, most of
Yeah.
the major big city hubs I've been to,
Yes.
New York, LA,
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah.
We lived in Houston, Pacific Northwest, I've
Been to
done
Florida.
those. Been to
I've been to Florida,
Florida,
yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I would love to go to Washington, D.C. I have yet to go there.
Yeah.
And then, yes, I would
like
love
to
to
see
do
Death
New
Valley
England.
though.
No.
Death Valley, just on the where you're okay. The Grand Canyon.
The Grand
The
Canyon.
Grand Canyon.
Yes.
I want to see sights. I would love to see
I
some
wanna
sights.
see sights.
Yellowstone Park.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I like to see.
Yeah.
Those things.
So there are a lot
those
of
little
places in the U.S.
yeah.
that we have yet to go to.
Yes.
So yes, I think we just need to get an RV and just travel.
Yes, we do need to get an RV and just travel.
Get on the road and just start traveling.
Yes.
Maybe that's coming up in our future.
That's probably when we older. We'll probably be in an RV.
An RV.
Because you have
Travel.
mentioned that.
I
You have mentioned that.
I would enjoy
Yes.
just going from place to
Yes.
place in
You
an
have
RV.
mentioned
Living a kind of a nomadic life for a change.
We gonna be nomadic?
Well, I mean, our lives are so structured.
Yeah,
work,
yeah,
work,
that's
work,
true,
work,
that's
work,
true,
work.
yeah.
I would just like some freedom to just
go.
travel. Just travel.
Yeah, just go.
So I love that question. Thank you, Mr. Coaster.
Thank you, Mr. Coaster, and we are going to see you next week, and we're going to play some
Yes.
games. Yeah, definitely.
So is that it?
That is it.
All right. So next up is board game news.
But before we go, we have a new Kickstarter that we want to talk about, and it's called Worldbreakers. So here you go.
Coming out on Kickstarter on March 1st is Worldbreakers, Advent of the Khanate, designed and published by Ellie Amir. Worldbreakers is a 2-player card game set in an alternate 13th century Asia. In this game, you will recruit followers to control the board and develop location cards to gain power. Reach 10 power to win the game, forever reshaping history. Worldbreakers, Advent of the Khanate will be on Kickstarter March 1st. All right, board game news.
Yes. So this is our last week that we're going to put in board game news a tribute to Black History Month. Yes, and like we said, Google, check it out, find some things that you haven't. You got a few, just a couple more days. But I wanted to suggest some good articles from African American board gamers about getting POCs in the gaming and why POCs should be getting in the gaming.
Okay, let's hear it.
And this was back when we were just starting off into the hobby, and I found these articles and I responded back to them, but I really love them. And the first one was from the African American Intellectual History Society website, and it was called "Seriously? Board games? Yes, seriously."
Yes.
By Patrick Rail. And this was done on June 27, 2015. And he basically said, yes, get into board gaming.
Get into board games. I love it.
And he also said that there's some issues with board gaming, about theme and things like that. But he said, yes, board gaming, get into it. And I really did like that article, and I definitely take a look at that.
Check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
That's a good one.
The second one is a gentleman that I know that I do follow, and it's My Reflection Matters. It's from My Reflection Matters website, and it's a seat at the table.
Yeah.
Board gaming is for us too.
I mean, but that's what we talk about. I mean, that's the whole purpose of our channel.
Yeah. But I want to say that is by William Garcia, and that was done on June 22nd, 2017. And I love that article because he said we're supposed to be at that table too. And I saw this, and when you said let's get into our fan plays games, that all this kind of spurred me to say, yeah, we need to do this.
Well, for me, I had not read the articles before we got into it.
You knew we had to do it anyway.
I just knew we had to do it because, and that just kind of, verifies why we do what we do.
Yes, it does.
We're not the only ones who felt the way we did then and similar to the way we do now. Yes, we're seeing changes. Yes, we're seeing progress.
Yes.
But I'm happy to know that, we're helping to facilitate that. We're helping to bring that about.
Yes.
But those articles are really good for people to look at and
just
read.
Check it out and
have
see
an
what's going on.
understanding for why we're on this mission. So yes.
They're a little old, but definitely take a look at them.
But still valid.
They're still valid to this day. And I do like them. I know Grant will have links to them in the description.
Okay.
Now, another thing I want to come into, just lastly, is that we have a series on our Fan Plays Games YouTube channel called Beyond Monopoly.
Beyond Monopoly.
And it's the Beyond Monopoly series where we talk about,
getting beyond Monopoly.
For definitely POCs and family, but definitely, especially POCs, is get beyond Monopoly.
Quit talking about Monopoly.
Get beyond it. And stop playing all those trivia games.
Yes.
Come on now. But the thing is that from that, I just wanted to touch on some points that we said, we said in them. And then the one from me is that don't be afraid to go into board game stores.
Yes.
And also to board game store folk. Don't just, overlook us. Don't say, why are they in here? Be cool. Be cool. Be good humans, like Starla says in our Voices episodes. Be good humans.
Yes.
And for POCs, go in that board game store and ask questions. Look around. See what's up. Don't be afraid to do that.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
Now, my advice to people of color, especially Black Americans in particular, be willing to make the investment.
Yes.
So when you're in that board game store and that game says $60 or $80, I know it's going to be sticker shock when compared to buying a Monopoly game at Target or Walmart. But if you want to change, and if you want to get into this hobby, make the investment and know that this game is going to bring you enjoyment for many, many years to come.
Okay, so what does your shirt say because of that?
Board games are an investment in family.
Yes, yes. And
I believe that.
Yeah, you believe that. You truly believe that. I do. You do. And the one thing that I have heard, on Twitter, they were talking about, somebody was saying, how, the price is really out of the range for a lot of people, and
some people.
and because of that, one thing that publishers might be thinking is that, why do I have to worry about representation or diversity and inclusion? Because with the price, most people, those folk are not going to buy these games.
And see, that's where I beg to differ.
Yeah.
There are people, and I say this all the time when we have discussions with publishers or other people in the hobby. Don't let stereotypical thought process and biases.
Yes.
Keep you from reaching out to underrepresented markets.
That's right. That's right.
People of color, black people in particular, or in general, or specifically, what I want to say that, we will spend money on what we want.
Yes, we will. We'll buy it. We will buy it.
So if we see that there's a value in it for us, we can see ourselves reflected in it. We see the enjoyment. If the game is $60 or $80 or $100, we'll buy it.
We'll buy it.
Now I have to be honest that when we started in this hobby, and this one over here, who you guys already know he's an addict, was buying these games. I mean, he was literally buying a game a week, sometimes
and 2. And you jumped on me about that.
And was buying Kickstarters. And I said, Mik, do you realize how much money we're spending?
Yes, I do.
$40 here, $50 here, $60 here.
Yes, I do.
And you start adding it up, and in the course of a year, we spent a couple of grand on board games. Yes.
It's an investment in family. An investment.
And so
investment.
So for me, I had to say, okay, let me roll it back. Let me let him get a few games. And that few became a few dozen to a few 100. And now I don't even know what the count is anymore. But I digress. Back to my point. Be willing to invest.
Yes, be willing to invest.
So what's your other one?
Now my other one is check out board game cons.
Yes.
Go to the cons.
Yes.
Don't be afraid.
And you walk into that con, and you know that you're here to play a game and you want to have fun. Do not let the makeup of the room.
Yes. Now, makeup of the room is gonna be, we're gonna be very few. We're gonna be very few. But don't let that deter you. And then also to board game con folk, try to get some folk of us like that. Yeah, be welcoming and let us in. Yes. And don't just what they doing here. What they don't do all that. Don't do all that.
We've had that experience. We know what it's like, and we'll probably have it again.
Yes,
but
be welcoming.
Right now, try.
Yes.
And one of the segments we have, in OFPG Voices about good humans.
Yes.
It's just, try.
Try.
Reach out.
Yes.
And try to be welcoming to people who don't look like you.
That's true. That is true. Yes, that is true.
Yes.
So what else you got?
Well, my last little point.
Okay.
Is something you probably don't agree with
what is
me.
that? What is that?
And I'm saying that you need to watch playthroughs and previews. And I know you're probably saying you watching playthroughs. You
don't watch nothing. Well, you don't be watching nothing.
So what I'm going to add to that is if you don't really want to watch the playthroughs and previews all the time, get someone else in your household or in your gaming group to watch the playthroughs and previews. Playthroughs and previews. I'm mixing them all up. For you, and let them give you the synopsis.
Yes, that's me. That's me. But definitely.
But yes, you need to find out how the game goes because the rule books can be very daunting.
They can.
They have a lot of pages.
They can.
And I don't want that to be the deterrent.
No.
So figure out a better way, and that's why people like us exist. We create content so we can tell you about the games and try to help you get into it a little bit easier.
Yes.
And then you need someone to kind of give you a really good, basis for the game, the rules. Get somebody who can do it for you if you don't have the time, to do it.
Okay.
So that's my advice.
Yes, your advice. All right. So I think that's about
it.
But by the way, go check out if you haven't seen our Beyond Monopoly series. Go check it out. Check it out. It's a good one. That was during the early days. But check it out.
Okay. The information is still valid.
Still good.
Still valid.
First off, we will be at Dice Tower West.
Yes.
March 2nd through the 6th. In Las Vegas at Dice Tower West. And then on March 4th, we will be holding a panel on diversity and inclusion.
Yes, we will. I don't know how I forgot that.
You forgot about that.
I'm just moving on.
Our guest so far will be Amanda Panda. And Michael from the Nerd Shell.
That's right.
Love him. We love him.
Right.
He will be there. And I'm so excited to meet. I've already met Amanda. Love her. But I'm going to be able to meet Michael. And I'm so excited.
I'm excited as well.
I'm excited about the panel. It's not going to be like a lecture.
No.
We're not going to do that. It's going to be us just talking.
Yeah. Well, there's going to be some information.
Yeah. It's going to be
some facts and figures.
Family going to be talking, family.
But we want to just talk and ask questions and answer questions and have a good time.
So if you're going to Dice Tower, check us out. But if you're in the area, come on through. I know they're doing ticket sales at the door, so come on through.
Come by and check it out.
Last thing, Starla, OFPG
Yes,
Voices.
OFPG Voices episode 4 just came out last week. I hope if you haven't had a chance to check it out, please do so. It was a really good one, of course.
It was a really good one.
We
Really
love
good one.
our contributors.
Yeah.
So be sure to check that out. And then, of course, we'll have another episode coming out in a couple of weeks. So just stay tuned.
But definitely check out all of them, 1 through 4. Check them all out, and we want to thank our sponsors. And that's Khanate Games,
Yes.
Board and Dice, Rose Gauntlet Entertainment, and Modifius Entertainment. We love you guys. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you for doing what you're doing. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And now, the heart of the episode. Yeah.
All right, convention time.
It's convention time.
Yes.
Yeah, so now it's convention time. So since we are heading to Dice Tower West, coming up this week, next week, next
in
week,
a few days.
what are we looking to do for this year conventions? And we can kind of roll into Dice Tower West. Now, I got some questions.
Okay, all right.
Keith Pasco on YouTube said, I have a question to ask you guys.
Okay.
The first week of March, I will be going to my first board game convention. Not Dice Tower West, one local to me.
Okay.
You both have been to several, so my question is, what is 1 or 2 things you wish you would have known going into your first convention?
Yes, okay. So that was the inspiration for this show.
Yes,
that was the inspiration.
Well, it was 2 questions that was the inspiration. Yes.
So 1 or 2 things.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
I mean, depending on the size of the convention, it can be a bit overwhelming.
Yes, it can. It can.
Because when you go into a big convention like PAX U, and you see all these convention vendors and people roaming around, and it's huge, it can be a bit overwhelming.
Yes,
but
it can.
what you have to do, they say, how do you eat an elephant? They say 1 bite at a time. You just got to say, okay, I'm going to start on this row, see what I can see, go down the next row, see what I can see. If there's some, demos going on or some gaming going on, just, take your time, space yourself out. Don't try to do too much.
Yeah.
And don't just look at it as one big, huge, singular thing.
Yeah.
It's bits and pieces. Bits and pieces.
Now, my thing is that if you can get some information beforehand, like if they have a website or schedule or something,
and a map,
check those out. See where you want to go, how your time is laid out. Schedule things like, okay, I want to play that game there, so let me get scheduled there, because they usually do.
Yeah.
But just kind of check and see what's going on the schedule, so you can be ready to rock and roll.
I think that's
and
a
then
good
just
thing.
jump in. That's just jump in,
Yes.
and don't be afraid. I walk around and look at the games and stuff and see what's happening.
He walks around and looks at everything.
I look at everything. I
He
be seeing what's
drags us
up.
up and down the
what's
aisles.
going on. Don't be afraid to jump on in there. Don't be afraid.
Yes.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid.
Yes.
So,
Anything else?
Well, have fun.
Yes.
You know, if you think it's too much and you really just want to play some games, then go play games.
Yes,
You don't have
go
to
play
visit all the
games.
vendors unless you want to.
No.
Don't make it too much for yourself.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Have
now, you're
fun.
going to be tired if you go for a day or two. You're going to be tired like any other convention. But go in there and have fun. Make memories.
Make memories. Yes. Make memories. Yes. Now, Bill, Mr. Coaster One.
Mr. Coaster.
He has another one that inspired me for this episode. And he said, what game do you most hope to play at Dice Tower West?
Okay.
I got a list. I got a list, family.
Okay, whoa.
I got a list. What?
He said what game?
I'm sorry. I got a list that I want to say, because maybe somebody out there is like, oh yeah, we want to do that too.
Okay,
I got a
Mr.
list.
Coaster said game.
I got a
He
list.
didn't say go through your whole itinerary
I got a list.
of how many games you're going to play.
I got a list, family. I got a list.
Of course he does. Okay. So I'll start with you first.
Oh, me first?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Let's hear your list.
First, I know that Lord of the Board will be, a content creator will be at Dice Tower West, and he's real big on Root.
Okay.
I want to play that with him. I want him to teach me Root.
Okay.
Because I have Root.
You
I want to
got
play.
it. Yeah.
I got it, but I want him to teach me.
Okay.
All right. Then from Capstone Games, Boone Lake.
Okay.
I want to try that. Also from Capstone Games, Arc Nova, that everybody's been talking about. Tom Vassell said that this is number one. Everybody talking about Arc Nova. I want to try Arc Nova.
Okay.
Then also, some of the games that I have in our collection is Brass Birmingham. I want to check that out. Dune Imperium, I want to play that with other folks, because we're the only ones that played it, and I want to play Dune Imperium with the group.
Yeah.
I want to play Radlands because I've heard a lot of that, and I miss playing that at PAX U, but I want to try Radlands. I want to try that.
Okay.
Then also Bitoku. Everybody talks about Bitoku. I want to check that out. I want to play it.
Yeah.
I do want to play it. Two more. I want to play some people the Unmatched series from Restoration Games. I want to play the Unmatched series. I want to do that. Then last but not least, I want to check out and play and learn some of the current board and dice games. I want to do that.
That's not one. That's a bunch.
I don't care. I want to do as many as I can.
So we went from 9 to, I don't know, it could be 15 at this point.
Well, we're going to be at Dice Tower West for a while.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be there
I'm
for
ready. I am ready. That's what I want to do, family. That's what I want to do. Yes. So what about you?
Ambitious list.
I know it's ambitious. It's ambitious.
But I'm hopeful, sweetheart. I'm hopeful you'll get it.
I don't know how I'm going to do it. But
I don't either.
And I'm going to report back to y'all, but I'm going to try.
Well, my list is not quite as ambitious as his.
Okay, what is yours?
I'm going to be more realistic.
Okay, what you got?
Well, I would love to try a couple of the board and dice tea games.
Yes.
Maybe Tawa Tensuyu or something like that.
Yes.
Because I would love to see how it plays. I definitely want to play Meadow.
Yes.
I've been talking about
You've
Meadow.
been talking about Meadow forever.
And I want to play Meadow.
Yes, we'll try to play Meadow.
And we played Maglev Metro at PAX U. We learned it.
We learned it.
And I would actually like to play it with some other people. Now, we've played it as a family.
We played it several times
maybe
as
with some
family.
other people and see how it plays. It's a fun game. I know I'm going to enjoy it.
You know who I like to play with? Is the Brothers Murph, because they like it. I play with them.
Yes.
Play with them. Yes.
So those are my top 3 right now.
Okay.
And then I also told my husband, if time permits.
Yes.
I would love to just revisit some of the games we have in our collection that I already know that I can play.
That you want to beat up on some folk with.
No, but it's just
you
like you want to do all the new.
Yes, I want to do
like
new.
some new.
Yes.
But we have a lot of games that we've only played once.
Yeah.
And I would like to revisit those games.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So I don't have a number.
Yeah.
But I know that my top 3 are those.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So that's what we want to do.
That's what we want to do.
And for convention time, definitely. Like we said before, take your time.
Yes.
Kind of check it out beforehand. Do some scouting. Check it out and see what's going on, and then dive on in and have fun. Definitely have fun, because that's what we're gonna do.
Don't overwhelm yourself.
No, don't.
Don't be as over ambitious. Because you get out there and start playing a game that may take you 2 or 3 hours. And now, you can't play the other 10 games you wanted to play. Just take it one at a time.
I'm going to keep on playing. Probably even in the hotel, I'll be playing.
One at a time. One step at a time. I know you will. I know. But that's it. That's our convention.
That's our convention.
Advice. We're excited about going to a big, huge convention in Vegas.
And even the local ones, because we have some local ones that we love. Because we know we have the great, the Great Plains Gaming Fest coming up. We're excited about that. Get to see some good friends from the local area here in Omaha and Lincoln. And also NewCon that'll be coming up. Yeah, so
Cardboard Caucus.
And there you really can play games.
We can play games.
And just have some fun. And we do that,
And we got other conventions that we'll talk to you about as they come on, but we've been invited to a couple, so we may be in your area.
We'll be letting you know.
Stay tuned and we'll let you know where we're going to be.
All right, so now up is what did we get?
What did we get?
So here we go.
All right, what did we get?
Okay, we got some stuff. Okay. Well, we got a whole bunch of games from Inside Up Games.
Ooh. What did they send?
They sent us almost every game they have.
Oh, wow.
So the first one is called Sea Change.
Ooh.
Don't know if it's a little small card game, but we're going to definitely check this out.
Oh, I like the way the box looks.
Yes, it looks cool. It says, clean up
our water. Oh,
so
that's a good message.
Yes, like Sea Change. Next one is Yeti.
Oh, Yeti.
Looks like it's a card game. Yeti is a card game. I think it goes with Summit. It goes with Summit.
Okay.
So so I like this. It's an expansion. Oh, I need to put this down until we get to that one.
Okay, all right.
All right, so we got Glorious Maximus. We got that.
Gorus Maximus.
Now I heard about this one. It's supposed to be pretty cool. It's a little gory. It's a card game. So I don't know if you'll be playing that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
This is not cute.
It ain't cute. It's bloody.
But it may be fun. I don't know. But
now this is one I'm interested in from Inside Up Games. It's called City Builder Ancient World. And I definitely want to check that out. See, you got some things going on here with some tile laying and a little bit of worker placement, it looked like. So, those and it got a competitive mode.
Those are the components, the mechanics I like.
I
love that. Okay, City Builder. Lots of stuff going on.
A lot of stuff going on.
City Builder.
Now, this next one I heard about. This was kind of like the first one on Kickstarter.
Okay.
And I heard about it. And then when I woke up this morning, and I always got to look at Board Game Geek, I saw that it's an older game, but it was on the hotness at number 3.
The hotness
for Inside Up Games.
Okay.
But these are the same folk that's doing the Kickstarter that's current right now called Earth. We loved Earth, and we did a preview for it, and we can tell you now, since we're out of the preview, we love that game.
Love it. So and if you haven't checked out the preview, go do it.
We love it.
OMG.
We cannot wait till that game comes out.
OMG. Love.
Because we're ready. Ready. But I think a couple of weeks ago, it was number 1 on the hotness.
It's hot.
It's not even out yet, but it was on the hotness.
It's a beautiful game.
But then all of a sudden, here goes their other game, Summit, was number 3, and then Earth was number 4.
So what is Summit about?
Summit is it's a big one, and it's competitive, cooperative, solo, and it's got cards and it got some other stuff. So I'm interested in seeing all about with Summit, the board game, definitely. And I guess Yeti.
It goes with Summit.
Yeah, it's an expansion.
Okay, so you summit a mountain where it's freezing and cold, and that's where you find a Yeti.
Yeah, you go Yeti.
Okay,
so
it makes sense.
I definitely want to try it. And I told Connor, who's with Inside Up Games, I said, I definitely want to try this out because I heard a lot about it. And he said, okay, no problem. So thank you so much, Connor, from Inside Up Games for sending us all this. So I was just so surprised. I said, man, this is on the hotness. And it's been out. It's been out.
Oh, it's heavy.
It's heavy. It's heavy, y'all. It's heavy. Yes, so definitely gonna try that. So I'm gonna put that on my list too. Summit. Dice Tower West.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try.
Overambitious.
I'm gonna try. Summit. There we go. So y'all, if somebody Dice Tower West, Summit. We're gonna do that.
So that's what we got.
So that's what we got. I do got one more.
Oh, that's right.
Something special.
Yes.
Our shirts, our merch. One lady has really made a really cool design, and it's one of our best sellers.
Yes, the OFPG shirts.
The OFPG shirts, and it's also even on our little pictures over there, and that's from Beth Sobel.
Yes.
The queen.
Yes.
Of board game art.
Board game art. Fantastic.
And we participated in her Kickstarter for the River and Stone card deck. And we have one. I already opened it up and everything. Oh, look at that. Look, have fun. Look at that. It's beautiful, y'all. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful. It feels good. Look, feel that. Feel that. Feel that. You feel that?
Oh, look at this. Ooh. Beautiful. Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Those are jokers.
Oh, look at the ace.
Yo, look at this.
Beth Sobel does it again.
Beth Sobel does
it again.
How do they feel?
They feel awesome.
Look, I'm just...
Well, they're brand new cars, so of course they're going to be slick.
Yeah.
We're not going to try to show you every picture, but if you haven't checked out these cards and you are a card player, these are gorgeous. I can't wait to play some spades with these.
See, that's you. Oh, look at the people.
Oh, they've got people. Look at that.
Yeah, look at the people.
Beth Sobel.
Yes. Beth Sobel be doing her thing, y'all.
Oh, here's my green.
That's your green. That's your
ace.
green.
Yes.
That is your green.
All right, these are beautiful.
They are beautiful.
Can't wait to play with them.
I am so excited. They look so cool.
Yes.
I love this.
Yes.
I love. Oh,
beautiful. And she's green.
Diverse, y'all. She got diversity. Yes. I love it.
Love it.
Oh yeah, I love it. So yes. So that's all we got.
Yes. River and Stone.
River and
Beautiful
Stone.
cards.
Yes,
Beautiful.
and I'm so glad we got that in. So we're really happy about that. So now, Starla, what about our merch? When we talking about merch, let's talk about our merch. What's up with our merch?
You know, just like we said, we've got this beautiful design of OFPG shirts from
Best
Best Sobel.
Yes.
Then, of course, we have our original design, and we also got some OFPG Voices shirts. So we've got a lot of things you can pick up.
And from Katia.
And for Katia Watson, we have a design by her as well. So be sure to check us out on Spring.
Yes, check us out. Now, Starla, where can they find us on social media out here in this wild times?
Well, if you're looking for Our Family Plays Games, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, right here on YouTube.
Right here.
And if you're in Omaha, Nebraska,
that's local.
You can find us on Cox Channel 22, Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. and Tuesdays at 4:30 p.m.
Now, family, we are so glad you came to see us today. And I know in the world there's a lot of crazy stuff going on, a lot of things to make us scared and stuff like that. And it's okay to be a little bit frightened, but always know that we're going to be here for each other. We definitely going to do that. So definitely bring in your comments. Keep talking to us. All the Ask OFPG questions, bring it here because we're going to keep talking about it. But there's one thing we want y'all to know, family. Just one thing. We love you.
All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.